and the ancestors are looking out for us. Todd Hayes is exposing them, man.
Okay, you see that chair right there? See how big it is?
Yeah.
Now look at the poke chair under. Scroll down, look at the poke chair under.
Never have it been made so clear.
Young TV. Young.
We running the game right now.
Young TV.
Time to take over.
Young
We the hottest in the game. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. If you just not tuned in.
TV.
Share, like on your Instagram, Facebook.
Young TV.
If you tuned in, we broadcasting live from 2030, baby.
Young TV. Young
Taking over the game, baby. Oh yeah.
Young TV.
Hit that like.
Young TV.
Get them likes up in the air, you heard me?
Young TV.
Ride by. Hotel Islam.
Young TV.
Assalamu alaikum. Flown lesson. Peace.
Young
Be unto you.
TV.
Hit that like.
Hey, this is entitled Donald Trump versus the Machine. Now, we ran all the scenarios. This right here is a message to Donald Trump. We ran all the scenarios. And, it's a cut. Some of the scenarios in, maybe lead, in with a bullet, like Abraham Lincoln and Kennedy. And the Garfield problem, the Garfield problem. The Garfield, they don't need the guys up top, don't need you getting any bright people getting any bright ideas. Like I say, the worst bright idea of all is to cut their machine off and unplug their machine. What is their machine? The Federal Reserve. And it's an imaginary money monopoly monetary system where they can print money, and just by saying, "Oh yeah, this is it, and this is cool, and it's legitimized," and then but when you pay them back, they don't want the shit they gave you. Now they don't want that monopoly money. They want real wealth. They want real commodity money. They want real oil. They want diamonds and gold and silver. They don't want no none of the money they gave you. Now, how you deal with guys like that? A guy that give you some imaginary money for real money, and then he say he don't want his you gotta pay him back with his money. He say, "All right, you can't pay me with that. That's just dead." And you don't want to go out and send and put somebody on all them guys and get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm just saying. We got to talk in codes to Trump, man. Why you got the chance on these guys? Them type of guys. Because the national debt will never end unless you cut off the hand. Now we seen what happened to the last four guys that cut off the hand. They landed it with a bullet. One guy he made ideas about it. They gave him a lucky shot. Reagan. You know what I'm saying? Reagan made suggestions, made a couple suggestions where there were, bad for business for these guys. You know what I'm saying? They put a bullet on. So and Trump already know what time it is. They done already tried to put 2-3 bullets on him, tried to gas him. I mean, the list goes on of what they trying to do to Trump. They own it every day, man, trying to get rid of Trump because we believe that he cutting out the hand. Now, based on the calculations, Trump Getting rid of the Federal Reserve in one whop would be too dangerous. Not because of the guys that be shooting at you. It's just because of how our economy set up and how it's based, it'll crash, it'll cause chaos. So we can't get rid of the Federal Reserve. What we had to do is just cut the guys off that's getting the entrance, and then turn the Federal Reserve over to the U.S. Treasury Department, which I think you already made moves to do all of this. And let so all the interest now go to the U.S. Treasury instead of going to some foreign guys hiding in the castle over there, eating big turkey necks and having a good time and stealing our kids. These guys, the guys you after, Trump. So it's like this. The machine is the machine, like AI said. Hey, shout out Rashard. The machine is like a car with no brakes, only a gas pedal. And the elite bankers keep the pedal to the metal. Tell you, man. The national debt just keep going up as we speak. We are paying almost, I think it's $8 billion in something in entrance in less than an hour. It might be more than that. The AI dropped the number on the tape we just put out on the video side. So that debt it's a system of, well, even if everybody tried to pay the money off, if every household in America paid, I think it's about around $100,012, we still can't pay it off. Why? Because $112 we accumulate will be in their fictitious fiat system, which is you can't use that to pay no debt off. So what are you doing? What when you paying a bill with some fiat cash? You just exchanging the rate. It's a rate of exchange. It's not even you're not even, because there is no money since House Resolution 192. So Trump, that was a solution I came up with. Whoever these guys are, unless they're your buddies, and then you say you're making America great again, cut these guys off and turn the Federal Reserve over to the U.S. Treasury and to the high-ranking military units to protect it. And if they want to do something and tell anybody else want to do something, if they want to play the old school Rothschild game where they pay some other buddies to come attack us and jack around with us or try to do any sneaky 9/11 moves again, we make sure we got the best technology on these guys, and we take care of business. That's how we gotta because they slick like that. Oh yeah, well, since y'all don't want to do us no more. Oh well, hey, Iran secretly got some shit. Hey, hit him upside the head, right? But we at the point now, Trump, listen to me, Trump. We at the point now. What if they try to say, hey, Iran hit him in the head? Iran ain't gonna say, we don't want to hit him in the head. You hit him in the head. See, they've had to do all their dirty work themselves now. Nobody want to do business with them because their time is up. It's a wrap on the square. It's a wrap for the killer clowns. The knights are back on the square. Trump, you a knight, and the knights are back on the square, and the knights represent the divine feminine. Why? Because the knights made an oath with Big Mama, the divine feminine, the matriarch on the land, and that's what's supposed to be restored on the land. And so, whoever these guys, these lean and levy guys. We gotta say it like that. These liens and levy guys, usurpers, Jacobite guys, who had one hand inside their coat. When you see them on a picture, they be hiding one hand in the coat. These guys, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man. And they running a whole puppet show from the background, but the game is up. You owe that number, keep rolling that number. That's just how much you owe us. Speed it up a little bit. Cut it at halftime. Because hey, the numbers going up. The numbers ain't looking good for y'all. And you can run and hide But only way you can get away with all that stuff that you think you got hid in Switzerland underground, all your underground bunkers and all your we're gonna take that. We're gonna take it back. So you better get in your ship and load up what you can and get the hell on. So back to Aldebaran. Back to Aldebaran. Because the gig is up on the Blue Rock. Thus said Anu. Anu Wapu, Anu Wapu, Anu Wapu. I'm telling you. Thus said Anu. Get the hell on. Kick rocks. Be gone. Or else suffer destruction. It's already done. It's already written. So take what you can, get the hell on. Don't sit around and wait and fall like your other suckers who like your minions who so suckered out on you that you're gonna sell them out to get yourself out of here. Because you tried, they are already on Mars. But when they went to Mars, the people on Mars don't want them there. Just like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad told. Bring them on back down. Bring them on back down. Ain't nowhere to go. Ain't no really where to run, really. Go to Aldebaran, though, if you can make it. Go back to Saturn. Doc said they was trying to make it back to Saturn and Europa. Europa is a moon to Jupiter. Because they're not from here. They are not earthborn. They are Enlil's usurpers. Enlil's backup plan if he got kicked off the deal. If Tammuz didn't want to link because he didn't trust Tammuz. He liked Tammuz because he thought that he had him all greased up. And yeah, but he kind of did though, because Tammuz got a lot of Enlil in him of how he just like he would be perceived as cutthroat in a way, because Enlil can be perceived as cutthroat because he the one that let the flood happen, or he just didn't tell nobody right about it. He the one that caused pestilence. Tammuz is the same way. He'll cause pestilence and all that too. He'll turn that loose on you too, just like he got that Enlil side coming down from Nana. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, so Jupiter is what it is Jupiter get closer. I don't know if that's happening because that would definitely mess up our whole it'll throw things off. It's got to stay on the same path. It's a guided canopy, like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said. He said that it's a guided canopy. And if you look at all the mathematics on it and how it rotates, the only thing that's strange to me on the rotation thing is Pluto. Pluto has got a weird rotation. So it stands to reason that I think Pluto was a moon to Saturn at some point. And then when that crash with Nibiru happened, it got knocked off his orbit into a new orbit. Yeah, but excuse me, Trump, man, like I said, the beast, the machine, since 1913, the machine been running. They able to print money and don't have to have nothing, no gold, nothing bagging it. It's just imaginary money. And the guys that collecting the entrance is the guys overseas. Half of them never even set foot in America. The half of these people never even set. You listen to me, Trump. Half of these guys never set foot in America. That's how greasy this system is. And they collecting entrance off the American people, $8 billion and some dollars an hour or so, maybe even more, under the table. Then they secretly transfer the money to Bank of America in South Carolina, and then they transfer the money over to London, where the Winslers, this was happening essentially. They would collect, the crown was getting they cut. They shipped some to the Templars on the square in London, and then they shipped some give a Pope his little 10%, because Pope got to get his cut, and then after everybody get their cut, then they reloan the money back to America. They reloan the rest of the money back to America with interest, fake money, fiat currency. So if Trump is making America great again, what he could do is, like I said, since the world is really cause the whole world to crash if we take the Federal Reserve straight out. The Federal Reserve gonna have to remain. The Federal Reserve just belongs to the U.S. military now. That's what I say, Trump. To get these suckers, and what you want to do? And if they even, we've got a tracker and everything on all these people, and they make even a mention of doing something, we send a drone on them right then while they talking up in there, Bonka, wherever they is. Because you can run, but you can't hide from the U.S. military. We run shit now. No more fuckery and games on this monetary game and making America just going up. The national debt just keep going up, and nobody's saying nothing. Nobody's doing nothing about this. Till Trump, the last guy that tried this, Kennedy, they talk about Kennedy. They say that Kennedy came in with his pretty boy smile and his Irish charm. You know what I'm saying? Trying to change things. Sign that executive order for the U.S. to start money started to be backed by silver. And what they say, bang. Put a play on them, man. And it was a whole bunch of angles on it because Robert Kennedy was pissing the mob off with the Teamsters and them and Jimmy Hoffa and them. He was coming out to them because he made Robert Kennedy his Attorney General. He gonna ride to the wise guy. He go ride to the wise guys at the top. The guys who running the whole show, man, in the background. And so, you go out to them type of guys, them guys can whack a sitting president. And then and they made Jimmy Hoffa disappear like they never even found his body. They cremated him. I put him in a blender, one of them machines, man, that chop up the wood. So that's who these guys are, man. I'm telling you, man. So yeah, Robert Kennedy got picked out too because he was playing with the wise guys' money up top. You know what I'm saying? And Kennedy got rolled up too with it. And these guys go way back. I got one coming out on John F. Kennedy and Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. They're gonna all drop like in the same week. I already got the Martin Luther King one done. But Kennedy's dad was part of the mob, the Irish mafia, who was running liquor during the Prohibition. So they go way back, the Kennedys. And when they got Kennedy off of there, the United States government was under the table allegedly paying the Kennedys with money, according to Bill Cooper, who just so happened to get picked off as well, probably by these same guys, who wrote the book Behold a Pale Horse, where he talk about they were paying the Kennedys under the table for taking out John F. Kennedy. And then Donald Trump comes in and released the files. We could give you the whole run to all four presidents: Abraham Lincoln, the Garfield problem, right? The Garfield problem, right? And McKinley, he came out trying to do some stuff, change his mind, trying to switch on the bankers. But at this point, they don't got the balls you got, Trump. You want you Big Mama's wild card. Big Mama's Joker, the guy that they took for a joke, the guy that they laughed at, said that he just a rich guy. And we heard what Judge Joe Brown said about Trump, or how he loaned Jesse Jackson the money to run for president. That was 1997. Or Al Sharpton and all the rest of these guys to run for president, right? But them guys, we are Jesse Jackson in the AI in the breakdown that it accessed all the files, and then it took all the FBI files and they ran them, and it came out with so much stuff on Jesse James. I mean Jesse Jackson, right? Because in the files it said that they was trying to pardon Martin Luther King. They weren't gonna shoot him, but Jesse sped that up because he got mad. Short to make a long story short, because Martin dissed him in front of some girls he was liking on. He went on put no tie. They ran the no tie gang. For some reason, this shit toking me in here. They ran the no tie gang and then put a play on Martin. He didn't even die from the shot. They killed him in the hospital, allegedly. We got that tape coming out on Martin. But he released the files on Martin. They don't even talk about how these people family beat the United States government in court. They don't talk about how they were trying to put a rainbow agenda on get Martin to promote the rainbow agenda. Hey, shout out Judge Joe Brown. He probably don't know this part. He probably do it and talk about it. They were trying to get Martin in the files. They talk about how they wanted to feminize Martin's movement. And put them with the Rainbow Coalition and the Rainbow, the whole Rainbow thing. You know about the Rainbow thing. And so they put at first, Martin had guns. Martin was scrapped. Martin used to have armed guards. And then they put a play on him with a dude named Byron Rustin, who was already part of the Rainbow movement. And Byron Rustin's job was really to feminize Martin and Rainbow him, pretty much. Get up in his behind, pretty much, secretly. But Martin was a little too tough. His dad had a strong background, so he was hard to crack that way. But he did get him to put down the guns and go with a non-violent situation, where pretty much leaving it wide open for other organizations led on by COINTELPRO secretly, but they act in the public like they was against the people, the KKK. And they, JF Kahua was a part of these guys, but then on the main screen, he act like he was against them. He was a knight secretly and a killer clown, the Shriner. But yeah, man, leading up to after that, once they saw Martin wasn't gonna go with it, they put Jesse on it, because they caught him slipping on several occasions where they got created leverage where they can use him against Martin, and two other guys like Jose Williams and another guy by the name of Reverend Samuel. They give his last name Samuel Cowles or somebody. They give his last name in a minute. But he was the one that said, well, I gave the signal, then I moved to the side so they could get a good shot. And then boom, after he put that, after he slipped up and said that, he come up, he's gone. He passes away. And then Martin and them family win this case for the they say $100 million, but I think it was around $300 and some million dollars, a lawsuit against United States courts and Inc. and won. And so it's like this. Then it's a lot of stuff that happened after the fact, that just look so alchemically COINTELPRO sneaky, by like the person walking in the church. I think they shot. We'll get into that. I don't want to go too far down. I think I got another class coming out breaking down the whole Martin story. But we just put a tape out on the video side about how the prison complex worked. I got another live. I'm gonna talk about breaking that down. But that's a deep, sick, twisted tape on how they set up the prison complex to lock all of us up and pretty much warehouse us as slaves, while they walk around and party and have a good time and laugh and giggle. Yeah, it's a system of chains and debt. Yeah, so when I say Donald Trump, look, when I bring you in and the title says Donald Trump versus the machine is the Federal Reserve. You know what I'm saying? And the people that own that, run that machine, they hide in the dark over in London and other places and secret islands that they purchased. They built them a whole compound down in South America on the islands. And so they could, but that don't mean nothing because we got satellites, we got shit. Trump, like you said, Trump, we got stuff that that defies the mental, the weapons that we got. So use that shit and go ahead and send these guys, off into space, man. Get these guys off into space. We don't need this type of energy no more. When America's supposed to be the number one, built up like Dubai all over. All of our major cities supposed to look like Dubai by now. With all the technology they got hidden over in the military complex, we supposed to be already a type 1 civilization already in America. If we the baddest, let's show everybody we the baddest. Why sit and hold all this technology, free energy? Don't nobody in America supposed to be paying electricity. Trump, you need to go ahead and do what Muhammad Gaddafi did. Nobody need to be paying electricity, first of all, when you got all of this free technology. Nobody. When Libya wasn't paying for electricity, that small, and they broker than us. Well, we broker than them from the looks of it, according to their machine, their hamster wheel. That's another end, and there's no way out. So if it's the only way out is to blast out. That's one way out, blast out. But why blast out? We got the bigger guns anyway. When you got the bigger guns, you don't gotta blast out. So what we do is we just seize. You gotta go back to Caesar. Yeah, you gotta do it like Caesar. Do it. What we do is we seize the Federal Reserve and turn it over to the U.S. Treasury. And whoever these guys are that's fondling the money under the table, we need to go after them guys because they broke, they steal, they rob us, they jack us. Or if we nice guys, we can say, all right, you got us. You got up to this point, you got us, but no more. No more. Making America great again. No more. You know what I'm saying? After this point, no more. No more. We cutting off the hand. And if you want your other hand, stick it back over here. If you don't stick it back over here, if you want your other hand. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. We're gonna, you get your hands off us. Get your hand out of our pocket. Remember Malcolm X? Get your hand out of my pocket. Boom, boom, bang. That's a symbolism. Because when Kennedy tried to get our hand out of they hand out of our pocket, they shot him. When Abraham Lincoln, on his aid, tried to get their hand out of our pocket, they shot him. When Garfield tried to get their hand out of our pocket, they shot him. McKinley, they shot him. And even Andrew Jackson, being the tyrant that he was against the natives, tried to get their hand out of the U.S. pocket, and they put a bullet, or they tried to put a bullet on them, just like they did Reagan. So, Trump, I don't think you're scared of that. They already tried to put bullets on you. You know what I'm saying? Several times. These guys don't quit, man. Whoever these guys are, but it stands to reason if they coming after you, don't you need to be going after them? Man, where I'm from, if you coming after me, hey, we going after you. That's how you get rid of the guy. That's how you stop the shit. The fuckers coming after you, you go after them. You got the power to do it. Shoot at me, you shoot at, man, look, shoot at, if I was Trump, you shoot at me, I'd be the last sucker you shoot at. I'd be the last mother sucker you shoot at. I'm telling you, if I had that type of power, man, I'll send the whole Delta Force in on her. Yeah. You think you, if you really, and if I really don't like you, fuck that. Send this SEAL Team 6 in on him. Get rid of this guy. You know what I'm saying? Send SEAL 6 team in on him. Right? If you want to capture him and want to talk to him and give him a chance, send Delta 6. Send Delta team in on him. You know what I'm saying? They might let him, bring him out safe. You know what I'm saying? Kill all of his other guys, though. They try to stop us from getting him. Or whoever they are. No more meat, no more secrets. Like Kennedy said, Kennedy talked about the secrets. Reagan talked about the secrets. The secrets is that it's a secret conglomerates of guys who are benefiting every hour off the backs of the American people and for nothing, off a fraudulent system. The Adjudication Act is fraudulent. We already proved it. The Supreme Court already ruled it. It's fraudulent. So the whole system from that point on is fraud. So by that right, the U.S. president should have right to take over that. So what if they gonna shoot at you? If they shooting at you, that's how you know they up to something. They a fraud. That's what I say. Cause I thought about, hey, what if we just destroy the whole Federal Reserve period? But that ain't gonna be good based on the calculations, because our system is already. We got to take over the dollar and keep the dollar. The dollar needs to stay in action. We got to take over the dollar and make it ours instead of somebody else's. That's the only problem. The only problem is that the U.S. dollar don't belong to the U.S. It belongs to the Federal Reserve. That's the only problem. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man. And I'm just talking to a lot of y'all might not be feeling this. I'm talking to Trump versus the machine. Trump versus the machine. The machine is the Federal Reserve. You know what I'm saying? Which should become the U.S. Treasury now. The Federal Reserve shouldn't be no more federal, because they just as federal as FedEx, and they damn sure don't got no reserve. You see what I'm saying? So that Federal Reserve should be U.S. Treasury from at this point. That's what I say, Trump. You know, it's like that part. So, yeah, we feed the machine every day when we spend money in this system, not knowing it's a credit system. Ain't no money. So why not just use credit? Use credit everywhere. Just use credit. Go get a loan from the bank. So what if you get 200, 300,000? It's money ain't real anyway. So what if they loan you $1 million and you got to essentially, you really don't got to pay them back. It's another form you can fill out and then give it to them, and they say, "Oh yeah, we'll get to that later." That's another level to this game. Trump know that game, and they complain because Trump was using the game at one of the debates, and Trump said, "So what? I mean, y'all do it, and it's the laws that y'all set up. So you set the loophole up. I didn't. You know what I'm saying? That's wrong." Yeah, I'm telling you, man. You set the loophole up. I'm just using it. You know what I'm saying? Hillary Clinton shut up like, oh, he's gonna say, I don't want to get this guy started. Probably was a clone or a lookalike or something that he was going against. That's how cold and calculated these people are. Yeah, the whole system bankrupt because it's a fraudulent system. Ain't no way out. Ain't no way out of this loophole. It's like a hamster wheel that just keep going around. A hamster wheel of debt. Yeah, so Trump, if you just think about this in history, man. Any president that ever been shot at or shot and killed was a good president in some form or fashion. He saw some part of the game and said, "Oh shit, somebody screwing us," and then boom, they put a bullet on them. Nice and easy. Because like I say, this machine that Trump's going against is a machine with like a car with no brakes. It only got a gas pedal. And the elite world bankers keep the pedal to the metal. You see what I'm saying? They keep the pedal to the metal, man. Just go look at the national debt and look at the back number and look at how it's going up every second. It's never going down. You don't think that's rigged? How the score just keep going up? It never go down. That's how you know something's rigged. Something's rigged on the score. If it's rigged, that means it's fraudulent. If it's fraudulent by right, by universal right, Trump, with the power that you got power to say, rip that damn national shit off the wall. That national debt. We don't want to see none. We don't owe them shit. We don't owe nobody shit. In fact, all you owe us. They can't let nobody like me be president. Tell you, man. Everybody owe us. Now pay up or else. That's how we rolling. I think Trump got he's a guy with balls, and he kind of doing that. If you listen to some of his some of the stuff he be saying, he kind of on that. Hey, pay us, cause like Channel, he say why we got to keep paying y'all $3 billion a year or whatever, or 300 billion or whatever it is. Why are we paying y'all to protect y'all? What's up with that? Then boom. So so Trump already on to the game and saying why we study all this money study going all these places and it ain't benefiting it ain't benefiting us, and boom, he already on it. He already, like, you can go back and watch some of the I got receipts on it. He already saying certain things, but they make it in the media like he some bad renegade collected no long shark that's going out to the guys there, that owe them a couple dollars. No, it's bigger than that. It's people that's robbing. It's a robbery. It's us getting robbed. The machine robbing us. That's what it is. The IMF, International Monetary Fund gang. I'm telling you, man. And so he's saying, hey, so he going in and saying, who robbing us? All this money just going, leaving out of, why we paying so much money an hour, man? Because it's 10, 15 niggas robbing us. It's 10, 15 countries got their hand in our pocket. Just like they had. And when we say, get your hand out of my pocket, they come on the stage, want to hit you with a 12 gauge like they did in America. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that said, when Kennedy said, get your hand out of my pocket, boom, they set him up in Dallas, got him up out of here. When he got back on track, I'll tell you, man, with the guidelines of the puppet master, George W. Bush Sr., the puppet master. I'm telling you, man. And he sent letters out to everybody. They know everything at his funeral. They got us. Telling you, man. So, like I say, this is my message to Donald Trump versus the machine. That's a solution I see, because cutting them off would stopping it completely would tear down our whole. We got a good system. Our system is good. It just need to be, like I say, a minor alterations, a whole bunch of alterations, especially with how they got making this money out the prison systems. And how much money they getting and stealing from the government and stealing from each state off of the prison systems. And then the conditions in the prison is way lower than what the money they're making. If the conditions gonna look like that, why should we have to pay more? It's like it's not right. The system of how much they getting paid in the prisons, and then how the prisons how much they getting paid. $30,000 a year. That's how much a person make outside of the jail. And then why don't get them a job outside of the jail and then pay them $30,000? Why they want to end? Why is these 1, 2, 3 dudes at the top? They create all of these platforms like apartment buildings. Really, it's what jail is: apartment warehouses. And they put these dudes in there in these apartment buildings. And then you pay them $30,000, and they only pay the dude, $300 for the whole year, and he could put the rest of the $30,000 in his pocket, and then he feed him slop. Why pay him that when you just and a lot of these dudes in there for commercial crimes, not no real crime like murder, rape, or lynching, no kind of crazy crimes. They in there for drugs, traffic violations, child support, this and that, etc. Right? And so why not let that guy out, and the $30,000 that they're making off him on the state, get this guy a job, pay him $30,000 a year? They don't want to do that. They rather, these couple, 2, 3 guys at the top, rather set up a mechanism where they pump. They the ones that selling the drugs. They the ones that selling the guns. And then when you get caught up into all their traps and rings, they fondle you into like a conveyor belt into prison, and boom, they collect more money off you, and then pretty much make around about $100,000 a year off you by working your labor off the 13th Amendment, which made everybody slaves once you commit a crime. What is a crime? All crimes are commercial. So they got all these commercial crimes. If you commit a crime, boom, you can be a slave. They can make you a slave off committing the commercial crime. So it's game. Just like Judge Joe Brown said. It's a whole game, man. It's the worst game you ever seen. It's hell. The system is hell. That's the whole system of how it works, the mechanism of it. In court, everything's all hell. It's all a hell, it's all a schooling to trap you into a paradigm of the matrix. But Trump, like we said, Federal Reserve should be now U.S. Treasury. We shouldn't hit them off Federal Reserve. And we should start not seeing it on. You can start switching the money out right now. So what? They gonna shoot at you. You got bulletproof cars and tanks and all that. I went flying an airplane for a while because these guys, man, I'm telling, they go all the way. They are parasites and they go all the way out to see that their machine keep going. You saw what they did to Kennedy, but at that time, Kennedy was driving in the drop tops. Y'all don't drive in the drop tops no more. And for the looks of it, it looked like his own guy. I'm gonna tell you who these guys are, Trump. These guys are guys they got to perform this ritual just like Judas betrayed Jesus. They got to get somebody close to you to portray you. So it's going to be, if they're going to get you, it's going to be somebody close to you. I'm telling you, that's how they do it. So I believe Kennedy's wife and his driver was in on, putting them out of business the way from the looks of it. Because Billy Cooper said the driver shot him. You look at and then William Greer, I think, he came out and confessed that he was part of the shooting. And then somebody came out and said, oh, his wife had some kind of device that took his head. No, it was a guy, the driver. You know what I'm saying? That already got exposed. Well, they doctored the tape up. And they mad because Trump released them files. They mad because he released the Martin Luther King files, I think. Trump pardoned Larry Hoover. Right? And they still holding Larry on some other shit, seem like. So it's like, man, we need him to pardon Dr. Malachi Z. York, man. He'd do that. Hey, Trump, you pardon Malachi Z. York, my nigga. I'm telling you, man. You think you did something when you did Larry, man, you pardon Malachi. Watch, man. Watch what happened. I'm telling you. He already owe Trump. He ain't no threat to y'all sister situation. He ain't no threat to nobody's situation, really. So, like, him walking free, and we got all the evidence to prove that he was set up. We got so much evidence that he was set up by the same operations that Larry Hoover was set up by, and Jeff Ford. Jeff Ford as well. It's a COINTELPRO operations to stop us from claiming our land back. But like I say, Doc ain't the one you want. Doc, I don't think Jeff Ford is people you want to worry about. They're not really a threat no more. They old guys. They just want to come home and chill with their family. Maybe go see like the island or something, drink pina coladas, just have one or two vacations with their grandkids in that part. And then they ain't out to, let me overthrow the government. Let me do this. Let me raise a nation again. Nah, Doc don't got time to do all that no more. He just want to be free and, be free. So, yeah, Trump, look into that, man, for me. And, I say cut off the suckers. We don't need to be paying these guys nothing no more. They've been robbing us for quite some time. And now it's time for them to stop robbing us. Stop jacking American people every hour, every second of the day. They jacking us every second. We getting jacked. We getting robbed right now at gunpoint right as we speak on a national debt. We getting robbed right now, man. They saying run that money and keep on running it. Just keep on running it. What else you got? Keep on running it. Oh, we don't got nothing. Well, keep on running it. That's what the national debt is. Keep on. It's an ongoing armed robbery. Strong armed robbery. That's what it is. It's an ongoing, strong arm robbery, man, by guys that nobody really probably even know what they look like. But they wear a suit and a tie. You know what I'm saying? And they don't even, some of them don't even walk around with security. I saw Jacob Rothschild. He didn't even have security. He was by himself with a little book or like an accounting book or something. He was walking out. Some guy stopped him. He said, "Hey, Jacob," he tried to ask him some kind of Illuminati question. He says, "Who do you work for?" He asked him, "Who do he work for?" Why? Because whoever he worked for, that business, that whole fucking organization was about to be shut down as soon as he fucking uttered their name. You know what I'm saying? In the next 25 minutes, as soon as he walked off from him. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. He said, could you, what do you say about, he said, ask him some Illuminati question, right? And he said, who do you work for, sir? He says, no, I don't want, I work for independent, this and that, right? He says, what's that called now? Hey, whatever company he would have said, they would have been shut down the next day and fucking probably bulldoze it over. I'm telling you, man, that's how much money these people got. And then look, I remember that happened one time in LA. It was that Gene Simpson's wife. She went to a salon. They didn't even know it was her, right? They got so much money. They got kids, do kids and all that, right? They treated her bad, handled her raw. Man, the next day they bought the place, fired everybody, and bulldozed the place to the ground. Yeah, it's in a hair salon in LA, and built something else on that shit. So this is what we're dealing with, man. We're dealing with people who got a lot of money to burn because they burning ours. They burning nothing but ours. They ain't burning none of this. When they want a war, these guys, this how they use us, right? When somebody overseas somewhere in the other country don't want to pay them or pay up or get down or lay down with their operation of the IMF, they then call us and say, "Hey, we need you to go in here and talk to these guys, rough them up a little bit, tell them they should pay up to us, pay up to the democracy, the demonstration, the Democrats, the demon crowds. They should pay up or else." And so we've been doing we the real muscle. America's been the whole muscle of this whole operation the whole time. And so why don't we cut off the Pope? I think you already did that, Trump. The Pope already sent his regards in 2014 to Obama and told him to shut down this Saudi operation. Obama act like, "Oh no, we don't know what's going on." He pulled a couple moves where he tried alchemical moves where he tried to give us some clues of what was going down about the Moorish Empire, but he still was he sold us out. Trump, and you already know that you got all the files. We're waiting on you to put all the files on blast on how they was trying to hijack the company and how that he was using a puppeting Kamala Harris from the background. Kamala Harris was a bot for Obama, and that he had some kind of plug in his ear and microphone wire telling her what to say while she doing interviews and things. They got busted doing that several times. He's sitting up in the basement, a basement president. So and they used the Operation Hammer to hijack your election in 2020. Trump, you are pretty sure you already know that, seeing that in the files. Operation Hammer to hijack the election. Yeah, we're dropping a lot of dimes on these. We're dropping a lot of dimes on these. You know what I'm saying? Drop the dime on these niggas, right? Man, but we about to get up out of here though. We're gonna come back with another one talking about the prison and industrial complex and how it's a sick game, man. It's a sick, twisted game that they running, right? Now, on the other hand, a lot of this stuff for us, it got something to do with us, but it don't got nothing to do with us. Because United States Corp is not the land. All these federal franchise states that they created is not the land. They are a state of existence. They're not the land. It's a difference between the state of Florida and the Florida Republic. Okay, so the Florida Republic is the land, and the state of Florida is the corporation, a franchise federal corporation. Okay. So they want to keep us asleep and keep us not knowing the game. But the game is being switched over by default, but we need the people to be online as well with what's happening. Or how the system is being switched over, and stuff is going to be going back to essentially the gold standard and silver standard, which is by some we hear essentially some elites in the background racing to get silver and most silver. They already got the most of the gold is already advocated out. A lot of people ain't really digging for gold. They feel like they got enough gold already. They need silver now. So yeah, it's a whole race for that in the background. Yeah, so America will be made great again if Trump cut off the machine. Cut off the machine, or you don't gotta cut. He don't gotta really cut the machine off. Just cut the energy that's the machine is the energy that the machine is generating need to go to the U.S. Treasury. All the energy that is generated needs to go straight to U.S. back to the business. Make the business bigger. It's all business, man. It's not personal, really. At the end of all this, is all business. United States Corps was set up as a business, and the guys who got the policy hide out in London, and they go all the way back to King James and Jamestown guys. The London company, the Virginia company, the Indian trading companies. These guys, they go and their descendants hold all these titles, and it was all game. It's all genocide. It was set up by genocide, robbery, bribery, murder. The whole thing is stealing and murdering in indigenous people's land. But we can't adjust the past. We're gonna need to deal with what's happening now. That's all the past, really. Or how they did came to be, because now in America it's different. Even if you want to give it back completely to the Moors, and we still got it because we got the numbers. But like I say, we can't make everybody leave. We can't make everybody leave. And the people, half of the people that they're chasing with this ice thing, this is partially their land. They was already over here, especially in Texas and California and Arizona and New Mexico. The real ones, not the ones that think that they ain't us, and they some they the Italian mix, and they think that they white, and anybody going out thinking they white and black is still plugged into the system. Ain't no such thing as a white and a black person. Come on, man. This is all plug in to the plug that back of the. Hey, plug that computer system in the back of his head so he can come in and lock him into the matrix, and then hand him a sucker because he think he a white guy or a black guy. Hand him a sucker. Yeah, hang yourself a sucker because you're a part of the game. Tell you, man. So, yeah, ain't no such thing. It's all game. And hey, the revolution ain't no need for a revolution. It's only a need for awareness. Ain't no need revolutions. We already had all of us and won. Now it's time for awareness. It's time for mass awareness. Just once you say, man, this is a nasty game. All I need is 144,000 of y'all. Like, stop, Hakeem, to say this a nasty game. The military, the prison complex is a nasty game. The national debt is a nasty game. We don't like it. We want it to go away. And boom, there you go. Get out of here. We don't gotta go physically do it. We are mental beings. We got power mentally to think it out of existence. Think it out of existence. Think whoever out of existence. Anybody. But their goal is to keep us divided. That's why they got so many different things to keep us divided. Because if we come together mentally and think on the same thing, they know, oh, what's the problem? Because
Because if 5, 10 people, 100 million people think the same thing, boom, a change gonna happen, happen physically because it happened mentally. I'm telling you, man. So that's what they fear. That's why they got to keep us fighting against each other, arguing, doing all kind of shit, just stupid shit. It's primitive and a beast's mentality. It's a beast mentality. I'm arguing with, oh, he better, oh, he this, he that. Fuck that, man. We done arguing about rolling around the ground like Planet of the Apes, doing some stupid shit. Let's get on to the game and understand the game or what's being ran on this. I'm telling you, man, this shit is optimal. It's so intricate. This shit is intricate. This game. That's fucking how they fondling our natural wealth while we just sit around and walk around like zombies. The Walking Dead. I'm telling you, man. And they got the rappers who are really mentally dead and promote mentally dead game because the rapper is like a mummy. They wrapped all up. You know what I'm saying? They wrapped up like a mummy. You know what I'm saying? Mentally dead. Rapping, then they rapping it. When you come and listen to them, if they don't got to give you a game like Easy Eat, all like back in the day, like Too Short, even though they was rapping on the same shit. So at least they was giving a little game. Like in the first couple of rappers, they was giving a little game. Then they got rid of it. They just wanted third grade educational level now. Ping pong, Laffy Taffy, shake that Laffy Taffy. They just want you to shake that Laffy Taffy. They don't want you to go and say, hey man, what's going on with this national debt? What's this? KRS-One, right? They muffle people like that because he if you speak truth, you muffled. If you speak truth, you muffled, man. KSR1, they had to break up Public Enemy, all these guys, these good groups that were actually some of the groups like NWA, even though they were showing they were the beginning of this gangster mentality, because the real gangsters, like Doc said, are the mafia. The mob are the real gangsters, and they really dark-skinned Moors. They look like, some of them look like us, but ain't us. And they the ones that running the whole show, the whole John Wick table on the low, straight out of Morocco, under the desert, and underground bunkers under the desert. Yeah, most of the rappers are wrapped up like a mummy, mentally dead. And they ping pong, oh, this and that. Oh, I got a car. Oh, I got some money. You don't got no money. That ain't no money. That's fiat. That's monopoly. And it's people it's women out here actually selling their body for that monopoly money. For a couple $100 of that monopoly money, they sell their body. Your body is worth some paper. What they say about you. And then you don't gotta just do it straight up like they saying, like, oh, give me $300. Nah, you got men doing it the other way. Go take me out to dinner, do this and that, just so you could get some coochie. Selling it for paper. Man, look, hey, I know women that really real gold diggers. They want gold for coochie. They don't accept credit cards. They don't accept fiat. They want real gold balls and silver balls for coochie. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, man, the women that got real school, they don't want them women, the real women that accepting that. You know what I'm saying? I was just messing with you though. But it's like that, man. Like, it's people out here killing people over real some shit that's really not real. The money's not real, George. The money's not real, man. I'm telling you, man. It only seems real because we're inside of an imaginary world or illusionary world that they call United States courts, which is a federal corporation. We're inside of a corporation, a business, and we're part of the business. We are an asset to the business, and overall in the game that they run. So, yeah, man. We're gonna be back. We got any questions before we get out of here, man? We got any questions? Young TV, man.
Does it change how I view life? Yeah, yeah, it changed how I view life in the United States. But like but your view, you can control your own view. But I know that the system, based on all the algorithms that we got, the system is changing. It's gonna have to go down because it's fraud. We going into the divine plane of truth now, and if something that's fraud and false and fictitious, it's gonna hold up in this new Schumann resonance, this new Schumann frequency that's hitting the planet. They're awakening at 144,000 energy. The frequency has hit the planet already. The Pleiadian light lock is here. So, but to me, the energy is real bright outside. It's real good energy going on because it's a lot of the bad energy that was plaguing the planet has already got removed. We going through the final phases, that tribulation period where we get rid of the final parasites off of us. That type of thing. Oh, the internet messing up in here while I'm in here now. It says, yeah, all that fake stuff and not being real, lying just to kick it, that type of energy, that's gone, man. That ain't gonna work no more. In this new after 2026, that was it. That was the wrap. The shit popping now. It's up and it's stuck. The Schumann resonance up and it's stuck. You know what I'm saying? And so you either get powerful or you get weaker and you die out in this new only the strong will survive, man. That type of thing. So stay woke, man. We out. Free Malachi York. Wadu.
Never have it been made so clear.